The Wizards see Troy Brown as a key to helping them play more positionless basketball. That seems to be one of the big buzzwords now in the NBA, positionless hoops.
Yeah, I think it's about the fact that he can play multiple positions, shooting guard, small forward, and both of those are needs for the Wizards. Bradley Beal played the fourth most minutes last year. They need help behind him. And though they have Kelly Oubre and Otto Porter, the playoffs showed that once Otto Porter, they don't have a whole lot of depth at small forward either. He can also play some point guard, so he can defend multiple positions. It gives them versatility. It gives them options. And I think because of those reasons, he fills several needs. And I think the obvious need for the Wizards was an athletic big man. John Wall himself even said it. And Robert Williams of Texas A&M was on the board. The Wizards, though, saw this as a pretty big need as well. And I think they checked off several boxes. And if you look at the long-term picture of their roster, the fact that Kelly Oubre has 1 year left on his deal and may end up making a lot of money next summer, this gives them a little insurance for him and gives them a little bit of depth if they want to deal from that depth at small forward, whether it be Otto Porter or Kelly Oubre, and actually make a pretty big change to this roster. So I think people are sleeping on the need that he would fill. And if you mention positionless basketball, the ability to guard a lot of different guys, that's going to come in handy if you're playing, the Boston Celtics. They've shown that that's the one position you can't have too many of is small forwards that are about 6'7", 6'8".
Do we have any understanding of why Robert Williams dropped so far? I mean, it's one thing for the Wiz to maybe decide to pass, but why did so many other teams?
There's definitely questions about his motor. He's a shooter, 47% from the free throw line. Doesn't seem like he's ever going to be able to be a good shooter. But I think it's the motor. There was a pretty big difference between Troy Brown's interview and Robert Williams' interview. I kind of liked Robert Williams. I thought he seemed kind of like a tough guy. Maybe he had an edge to him, but clearly there wasn't a whole lot of enthusiasm in the way he talked. And the opposite was Troy Brown. This guy, could probably run for public office someday if he wanted to. He was extremely well composed, and the basketball IQ is really what sold the Wizards. During their interview process, they pulled out a coach's clipboard and said, "Hey, draw up a play. We're down 2 with 30 seconds left," and he passed that test with flying colors. So I think it was a lot about what's between the ears for Troy Brown that really sold the Wizards on him. And clearly there was something about Robert Williams they didn't like. I have a feeling it was the interview process because athletically there's not a whole lot of questions with him.